Sugar cubes. How could I have forgotten sugar cubes?
Ronnie, it's 4 in the morning.
Gwyneth likes 1 cube of sugar in her coffee.
Well, I'm sure half a spoon won't kill her.
Not too much, not too little. I wanted everything to be just right. Now, a cube would be just right.
Well, she's not a sugar fascist. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Well, she's always been really particular about it ever since I was a kid. 1 cube.
So, how old were you when she developed this extreme sweetness sophistry?
Oh, I don't know, 8, maybe 9. She let me make coffee for Aunt Jem and Uncle Bert when they were working in the studio. I made cups and cups for them when they were writing The Adventures of Herbert the Turbot. And I was allowed to use the coffee machine that Aunt Gemma had shipped over from Manhattan on my own.
Wow.
Well, you know, once Gwyneth had taught me how not to make coffee-flavoured syrup.
Well, I think there's a box of sugar cubes in the mill, so I'll nick them because I don't think anyone takes sugar anymore. Oh, now, Ronnie.
What?
Go to sleep. What time did you say they were landing?
11:20.
Well, I'll be back with lunch by 2, and in the meantime, do try not to let Gwyneth plunge into a diabetic coma.
Very funny. Do you think her friend will mind the single bed next door?
I don't see why. Everything will be lovely. And listen, my sweetness, if you're going to let something keep you awake all night, may I suggest in the future it's working out how to build up your reputation or your business.
I said I'll be on that as soon as Gwyneth is gone. Don't forget the sugar cubes.
I should have come back for the naming ceremony, but I thought if Bracken had Greg and Rico as her fairy godfather, I told you George was the ring bearer at their wedding.
Oh, if they were an arts project, they'd get a grant.
It was a beautiful day, but I didn't think I really needed to schlep halfway across the world to stand in the trees holding a candle.
Gwyneth Harris, are you laughing at someone's left-field life choices?
I've been laughing at Johnny Woodson since he was in short trousers. He's my snotter. He knows I love him. Oh, talk of the devil. Oh, hello, you.
Hey, have you landed yet?
We're on our way to the car.
Well, that was quick.
Wendy has her ways.
Well, she should patent them. Listen, Gwyneth, you know all that stuff I told you about?
Oh, what stuff would that be then?
Well, you know, all the stuff about, when Bracken was born and all that nonsense.
Oh, that stuff.
Yeah. That was all just, unloading.
Yes?
And what I said about, George being somewhat preoccupied with Nick at the moment.
You don't really want George to know how often you talk to me and how much you tell me, is that it?
Yeah. She says I've blabbed to you too much as it is, anyhow.
She won't hear anything from me. See you in a bit, then.
He does know his wife's got you on speed dial, too.
Yeah, my office if I'm needed.
Can you file that for me, please? Good morning.
May I help you?
That's the Mill Health Centre, right?
That's right.
Hi, I'm looking for the doctor who's a para.
I beg your pardon?
A para?
Yes, I heard what you said. I'm just at a loss to understand what you mean.
Well, I don't mean paratrooper, do I? Look, I've been looking for a doctor who knows the score for years, and here it turns out there's a GP in a wheelchair right on my doorstep. It's fantastic.
Is it?
Honestly, I'm not being funny. I'm a wheelchair user too.
Dr. West is the person you're looking for.
Brilliant. I need an appointment this afternoon.
Dr. West has a drop-in clinic during this afternoon's surgery, but it's on a first-come, first-served basis.
But I've already told you I'm in a wheelchair.
And that means that you can't wait because...
OK, what's a good time for me to come down?
4 p.m. And you might be first in line.
Cheers.
I'm sold on this therapy, so don't let Vivian get you down.
I'm going to have to sink into your craniosacral rhythm.
Sink in as deep as you want.
No, not that kind of sink. S-Y-N-C as in syncopation.
Yeah, so Thursday.
Yes.
Why can't we do it today?
Lunch, house guests. Dear friend of Ronnie's, Gwyneth. She's known him since she was a boy.
Okay, that's nice.
Only I think Ronnie has an attack of the green-eyed monster because he can't have Gwyneth all to himself because she's bringing a friend.
Isn't she gorgeous?
That's the bag stowed. Can I get you another tea?
Oh, I'm fine.
I'm sorry again about the room.
Oh, it's really lovely being in a proper home again, isn't it, Gwynnie?
Lovely.
Right, I'll go and do a spot of unpacking.
Gwynnie.
Your uncle had a touch of red hair when he was young, but Bracken's going to be a real flame-haired beauty. You were right not to disrupt her routine. Better happy at nursery than all cross-patch here having lunch with me. When will George be back?
2-ish. She's been on another course. She wants to talk over some new therapy she's all excited about with Nick.
Is that right?
Well, she's always looking for new ways to try and help him.
You know, I have spoken to George a few times since the accident.
You have? And?
I don't think you're wrong to be concerned, but she has to find her own way to come to terms with what happened.
Don't worry.
I know you do.
I'm with Dr. Clay. If anyone wants me, then knock. Have you got that? Quite scary out there, wasn't I? Did you think you were in trouble? They all thought you were.
Was that little game you winding me up?
Don't you like games?
Was it someone you wanted?
Well, that depends what you want. Do you want me to wind you up or tie you up? What's wrong?
It's not enough.
Am I missing something here?
Yes.
So do you want to tell me what?
It can't just be about sex. I want more from you than it's sexual diversion.
Yeah, right, because absolute sexual compatibility is just so damn dull.
I need intimacy, not just...
You're having me on.
It's not what I want.
You don't want me?
I want you so much. I think you know that, and I think you're scared.
Right, I'm just off to the shop for some deliciousnesses. I'll see you tomorrow.
So, the sections marked with a cross need to be filled in and weighed.
Efficient.
I know.
So, this doctor then, how long's he been paralysed?
It would be wholly inappropriate for me to discuss aspects of a doctor's personal life with a patient.
Fair enough.
Hello?
A new patient for your drop-in clinic, Dr. West.
But as I'm here, maybe you could see me now?
Oh, don't do this, Jim.
I'm not doing anything.
You are. You've been such a new man, you're turning into a girl. But you don't realise how complicated and conflicting all the different parts of my life are.
You tossed your knickers across my bedroom floor. It didn't look complicated from where I was standing.
You know what, Jimmy? If you want to finish this, that's fine. You don't have to make me feel cheap and sordid first. Come in. Mom, it's all yours. Dr. Clay and I have finished.
So why are you really here? You're a stalker?
I would be, but disabled access can be a bit of a cow.
And you're not ill?
Nope.
So what are you then?
I'm a journalist, and you're a really good feature article.
It's not gonna happen.
You haven't even heard what I have in mind yet.
I don't need to. Yeah. If you'd like to excuse me, I've got lots to do.
It's easier
And I don't mind.
I know, it's just...
I've had enough cuddles and snuggling to keep me going for a couple of nights.
Have you? I'm not sure I have.
Oh, come on, I've Googled it, I've Yahoo'd it. You can search any amount of doctor plus wheelchair, paraplegic plus GP if you like. You can't find another practising doctor in a wheelchair. I'm not saying you're unique, Dr. West, but you are rare.
Yeah.
Rare and monosyllabic?
I'm not monosyllabic. I don't waste flowery language on bottom feeders from the press looking for sensation.
I'm in a wheelchair. You know what that's like. Every day is a battle and we're proud to win them most days, but you've risen above just fighting. You're a role model. Oh, please, Nick, let me write about you. Help me to do some good.
You're good. You're very good. Have you forgotten I had a front row seat to yesterday's performance?
Okay, you got me.
You ain't getting me.
Gwyneth's just freshening up.
George won't be long and then we can eat.
Oh, no worries. We had some wild smoked salmon on the flight.
Well, that doesn't sound very economy class.
Oh, that's because we flew in the front of the plane.
First class. Quite indulgent.
Gwyneth insisted on spoiling us. But that's not the elephant in the room, is it, Ronnie?
I'm sorry?
I know you saw Gwyneth and me kissing. Have you and I got a problem?
I haven't got a problem.
Sure?
Sure.
Good.
But if I did have a problem, say, hypothetically, for whatever reason, with a person that had suddenly come into Gwyneth's life, then that person, hypothetically, should know that I would do anything to protect Gwyneth. She's family. And with my connections, I could find out anything that person might be trying to hide.
So, hypothetically, the person who hypothetically might be snooped on should hypothetically be worried.
Hypothetically. They were kissing.
Who were?
Wendy and Gwyneth. On the mouth.
Oh, that's nice. You must be glad she's finally found someone.
On the mouth? She's obviously after her money.
Who? What money?
Wendy is after the money Gwyneth came into when Uncle Bert died.
Oh, do you think the money's turned her gay?
It's not funny. There's probably hardly anything left. They flew back first class.
Oh, so what? Gwyneth's perfectly capable of managing her own finances and her own business. You, on the other hand, in our finances, well, we need a bit more time.
Gwyneth's not a lesbian.
And a little bit less sticky beaking from you, and I think we'd all be a lot better off.
It's not right. Anyway, Wendy knows I'm onto her. Ah! What's that for?
You've been homophobic and preposterous. Now I'm going to get them for lunch. Do not touch anything.
Oh. Oh, would you look at you? Lovely.
What about you? Something suits you.
Yes, Wendy, my friend.
Oh, it's lovely to meet you. I hope you're both hungry because I've got mega cake.
Can we have a quick word before we go down?
Should I go?
Oh, don't be daft.
Look, I'm sorry about Ronnie. He's not always as liberal-minded as he likes to think he is, but he does get over his knee-jerk reactions in time. So if he's offended you, Wendy,
It's not that. That's nothing. What I'm really concerned about is the great big cloud of worry he's been living under since that accident.
No, he hasn't.
Oh, you and your brave faces. You may be keeping things hidden from yourself, George, but you can't hide from him.
I said no.
What if I promise absolute anonymity and give you input into the final draft?
Careful, that's close to integrity.
Look, I'll buy you lunch tomorrow, I'll map out what I envisage, and if you still want me to leave you be, I will.
What sort of lunch?
Chips? Go on, you know you want them. Hot chips, vinegar on while they're still steaming. Play your cards right, Dr. West. Might even stand you for a scallop.
You know me. If I don't speak my mind...
She's likely to explode.
Well, I don't know what you mean.
Nick's doing quite well in his wheelchair, isn't he?
Well, I came up here to get you for cake.
It's something you're all having to learn to live with. Is that it? But you think Nick's more damaged than anybody realises.
Gwyneth, don't, please. I don't want to talk about this. Nick's the one who's suffering.
And you're the one who's pretending it's just something on the sidelines of your life. But Ronnie can see, even though you refuse to, that it's so huge it's threatening to topple and crush you.
It's rubbish. I'm sorry. You must think you've stepped into a madhouse.
Tell me you don't spend days at a time researching therapies that might bring back the use of his legs. Tell me you wouldn't do anything to help him.
Well, of course I would. It was my fault.
You feel guilty?
Well, and I shouldn't.
Of course you should. You were driving. I can't see it was anyone's fault but yours. Do you think he might sue?
No. No, Nick's been amazing. He doesn't blame me. I blame me. Mea culpa, mea maxima culpa. I'm living with guilt.
Why?
Oh, can we just leave this, please?
We've talked a lot about this.
Yeah, I see. You don't know everything.
I think you'd find me just about to.
Okay, then.
All I'm saying is think about how helpless Ronnie feels. He loves you so much.
Yeah, I know, but he's not perfect.
Tell us something we don't know.
Does Ronnie sometimes leap to bizarre conclusions?
Ronnie thinks that you seduced Gwyneth to get her money. No, he does. And nothing you or I say will change his mind. He wants concrete proof or he will go on believing it, and that is because he loves you.
I think we can do proof.
Jimmy. Look, about before.
Look, I'd have apologised if I'd had the chance.
Should think so.
I had a point, it just came out wrong.
Look, I didn't go into this lightly. It is complicated.
How? If you were happy in a relationship, then how could you... Well, you couldn't be so enthusiastic.
It's not that simple.
It is.
Jimmy, look, you make me happy. Happier, but you've got to understand where I'm coming from. I've been with Alistair for over 10 years.
Still sleep together?
What? Don't.
When did you last?
I'm not doing this. Why does that matter? Why would you even ask me that?
Because it's important to me.
Why?
Because I can't bear to think of him touching you.
You always knew about Alistair.
It shouldn't matter.
Well, then why does it?
Because I thought we were falling in love.
His heart's in the right place, mostly, and he is ridiculously good at what he does.
I'm convinced on both counts.
That was the CEO's PA at the Hill Corporation. The Hill Corporation, they're massive, international, ethical.
That's nice.
Yeah, the CEO wants to meet me.
That's nice.
He wants to discuss immediate and future projects and what I'd require as a retainer.
That's really nice.
Meeting's in an hour.
You've got time to make us some coffee then.
Gwyneth.
Gwyneth, that's wonderful news. You go, I'll make the coffee. One lump, Gwyneth.
Why did you say that?
Because I don't want anyone to touch you, only me.
No, the love thing. What makes you think it's not plain lust?
Because I'd be happy just to hold your hand. I think that's love. I want to find out. I don't want to sneak around. I refuse to feel guilty. I feel sorry for Alistair, but I don't feel guilty, and pitying him's not going to stop me from wanting to start a life with you.
Ronnie,
Let's not. I have a very important meeting.
I just wanted to check something.
Wendy, no offence, but I have a great deal on my mind at the moment. And whatever it is, trust me, what I've got going on is bigger.
The crippled doctor and George, how do you know he's not going to get uppity and make a claim against her?
What? I really don't have time.
How do you know?
Nick's a friend. And because I have contemplated every eventuality and considered every conceivable possibility, it's not going to happen. Now, if you'll excuse me.
I was just concerned, that's all.
Well, thanks for that. But as I'm the one with the legal training and the vested interest, why don't you leave that to me, go back inside and have another bit of cake?
So we're gonna do this? What? How can you keep doing this?
Oh, don't you think you're being a bit dramatic?
I show you that I've got feelings for you, you show me that you do too, and then... No, you've got to tell me what you're gonna do, or I'll be the one who walks. Have you got it?
Jimmy, it's not that simple. I can't just rip my life apart and destroy Alistair. He's a good man. It's not that simple. I can't just do that, Jimmy. Don't give me an ultimatum.
Looks like you made a decision.
Mr. Woodson?
Yes. Thank you. Excuse me. I'm here to see J.W. Hill.
Janet Wendy Hill. Chairman, Chief Executive, and all-round top dog of the Hill Corporation. This is my game, Ronnie. Now, tell me, do you still think I'm after Gwyneth for her money? Hmm? No? Bit more cake?
I wish I could see Ronnie's face.
You can if you want.
Get away.
Only joking. She's not really Blofeld.
Gwyneth. Ronnie will really beat himself up when he realises how boorish she was, you know, about you and Wendy being together. And I'm sorry if I was defensive and pathetic about Nick.
Forget it. Ronnie doesn't bother me at all. And you two will be sorted once you stop casting yourself as the villain.
I'm trying.
I know.
Wendy was right, though. It was my fault.
She can be a tad boorish, too.
I'm trying to make my peace with the guilt by doing as much as I can to help Nick. And Ronnie understands, honestly.
As long as he does.
He does. He trusts me. And we'll get through this. I know we will.
Extra shift in my office if needed.
Are they?
Yes, Ronnie, Wendy and Gwyneth are sleeping together. Do I have to give you another Chinese bone?
No, I get it. I get it. I'm thrilled she found someone she loves. And Wendy really loves it back, so I'm happy for them.
Good for you. Are you taking the pink pound?
Do you know what? It could be fantastic.
Tell me.
They're paying the retainer.
How much?
I just had to write the figure on a piece of paper. Gave her the piece of paper, she took it and said yes without even looking at it.
Classy. What's the first project?
China, if I wanted.
You're kidding me.
Site visits to manufacturers in Beijing and Shandong.
They're close together.
I've no idea.
Well, I tell you one thing. If you eat a sea cucumber, I will never kiss you again.
Ignoramus. It's a delicacy. And sea cucumber is an aphrodisiac.
It's a giant slug.
Would you have taken to him so well if he hadn't tried to muscle you?
Oh, I like it because he did. He stood up to me and he let me know he'd do anything for you. What's not to admire?
He's a good boy. Once he commits, he's committed for good.
Lucky for me, then.
Bless him. Who'd have thought the snotter would still want to be my knight in shining armour?
Does that make me a dragon? What about them?
Oh, we'll see her through this, and she'll soon get all the my fault must make it right malarkey out of her system. George won't jeopardise what she cherishes. And Ronnie going to China could be just what he needs. Anyway, isn't Bracken gorgeous?
Oh, gorgeous. She's edible.
I thought you went home hours ago.
I had to come back.
Why?
Well, not to toss my knickers anywhere.
I'm through apologising.
I didn't want you to apologise. I was just trying to be funny.
Funny. But Eva, you know the way I feel about you. If you're trying to make me suffer, you're doing a really good job.
I want to make you happy. I want to make me happy.
Well, then you know what you have to do.
Yeah, just give me a little more time. I owe Alistair that.
Will you leave?
Yeah. Just give me the weekend.
Julia, he might have a knife.
You can't change the world. Just call the police.
Everybody's so scared. It's like some virus.
Sam sinks into depression in Holby City tonight at 8. And coming up next on BBC1, it's Neighbours.